Well, well, well. Well. Do we have some audio? Yes, we do. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this wonderful evening of Nerd HQ with some Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to do some trivia tonight. We know we got a little bit of a late start, so we're sorry about that. And we're missing a lot of our players this evening. But instead of just not going live at all, we decided we wanted to go live, have you get a chance to get some entries if you would like in our giveaway. Find out where you are, where you're watching from. This is Nerd HQ. My name is Eric Artell. Some of you may know me if you're from Nerd HQ. If you have ever been to any Nerd HQ events. But we're going to let some people come on in here before we get going. If you're in here, go ahead and give a little shout and say hello in the chat. And let us know if you are a Dungeons and Dragons aficionado. That's the official word for a Dungeons and Dragons lover. So welcome you guys to Dungeons and Dragons on Nerd HQ. Often we have a campaign that's going on where we're doing some Dungeons and Dragons, we're playing some Dungeons and Dragons, and it's a rousing good time playing that Dungeons and Dragons. But if you're watching this afterwards, then make sure you come and tune in on Wednesday nights. We are usually live on Wednesday nights doing fun role-playing game that is Dungeons and Dragons. But let us know. We've got some people in here, so let me know. Put it into the chat. Where are you from? Who's here? Where are you from? That's the weird thing about YouTube Live is you are not able to see who is actually here. And I'm just realizing I am really whitewashed. Like I am blown out. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. Let me see if we can fix this here. There, maybe that'll help. Oh, that's a little bit better. It seems like I actually have. It seems like I actually have some definition to my face. So my name is Eric. I play Corian in our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We have a variety of other characters as well who play in our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. A lot of them are a little sick right now, sick or off on a shoot, etc. So you got me. You're stuck with me. But we are going to do some trivia for you to get in some early entries. Yo, Adam Mercer, what's up? Nick Blas. How's it going, Nick? We're going to let you get some early entries. We're going to do some trivia for early entries for these dice. We're going to give these dice away from Kraken Dice. We're going to give these dice away from Kraken Dice next week. But we're going to do just a few trivia questions to get some entries so that you can get some free entries, early entries for our giveaway next week because we're missing some of our people. Adam. Howdy, Fram. Let's see. So let me just log in here. So let me know where you guys are watching from. I'd love to know who's watching from where. Adam, by the way, we've got all of your goodies. We've got to get them into the mail. We haven't been able to get them into the mail yet. United States Postal Service. The United States Postal Service is having some issues right now. So I think we're going to send them the United Postal Service instead of the United States Postal Service. I think we're going to go UPS instead of USPS. But put in the chat, you guys, where are you watching from right now? Where are you watching from? I know we've got some people in here. We've got viewers in here. So let yourselves be heard, you guys. Santa Cruz. All right, Nick. Oh, I hope you're okay with all the fires. You got some fires that are going on near you, right? Is that right, Nick? You've got some, I hope you're, how's that air quality up in Santa Cruz? Isn't Santa Cruz Northern California? Or is that Santa Fe? Am I mixing up Santa Cruz and Santa Fe? I think I'm mixing up Santa Cruz and Santa Fe. I very well may be mixing up Santa Cruz and Santa Fe. But yes, so we've been running these live streams on Nerd HQ as a part of our charitable work with Nerd HQ. Nerd HQ is a charitable organization, a nonprofit organization that will be organizing events to help raise money for mental health awareness and for education. And so we are supporting Nerd HQ in those efforts by doing this D&D stream. It's they made a new YouTube channel, which is what this is, and we are live streaming on this new YouTube channel. And our time has almost come to an end for right now for this run that we are doing, but we've raised some amazing amount of money for the nonprofit organization. Adam Mercer, you amazing what you've done. We also opened up our Patreon, you guys. You got the right. Our scar was a nightmare hellscape all day. Yes. Oh man, Nick, it's like prayers going out to you guys to be safe, be healthy. We are down in Southern California. I live down in Southern California, and the past few mornings have been like it was in a war zone with the orange hue. That was like the orangish hue of a sky. Pretty crazy. Okay, guys, I want to. Before we do anything else, I am going to just tweet this out to our copy. I'm going to tweet this out to our Nerd HQ fam or our fram on Nerd HQ. And if you would like to share it as well, that would be great. So what are we going to do? We're going to do some fun trivia. We might even do some songs if people decide to donate. Either if people decide to become a Patreon, patreon.com/fractured roll, become a patron, then we'll do a song for someone who becomes a patron. Adam, you still have a recorded song ready to come to you. We've had a little issue with this with the pandemic. We are also organizing a Dungeons and Dragons game that's going to be happening for all of those who are our biggest patrons on Patreon. Adam, you are one of them. So I cannot wait for you to, there we go, for you to play in that Dungeons and Dragons game. I hope you're planning on playing in that Dungeons and Dragons game. So we do have our Patreon where we are going to be using it in full force once we get some of our ducks lined up in a row. We already have a couple of patrons already, Adam being one of them. So we appreciate that, Adam. But if you'd like to go to patreon.com, you can go. I'm going to put it in here right now. And you can get an early seat. We only have 4 available top tiers where you can play. We're going to organize a Dungeons and Dragons game, online Dungeons and Dragons game, where you can play in a Dungeons and Dragons game with us, with some of us. And it's going to be really fun. I can't wait. Patreon.com/fractured roll. If you'd like to support our stream and support what we're doing, we are going to be moving from here. Once we're done with our mini campaign here, we're going to be going over to Twitch, back to our home on Twitch. Let me put our Twitch link in here as well. If you have not followed yet on Twitch, twitch.tv/fractured roll. That's our Twitch. Come be a subscriber. Whenever you're a subscriber, you have an automatic entry in our dice giveaway. Kraken Dice will continue to be our sponsor once we are back on Twitch. But if you become a subscriber on our Twitch channel, then you will be entered into a giveaway. Now we're going to be doing some trivia right now for entries for these beauty dice, these beauties of a dice. So can't wait to give these away next week. So we'll give these away next week with our awesome sponsor, Kraken Dice. So let me just do this really quick. I'm going to tweet this out. And let me know in the chat if you guys have ever played Dungeons and Dragons. So go ahead and put in the chat. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Our Nerd HQ fam. Okay, here we go. Let me tweet this out. And oh, we got some people who didn't want to do the. Well, there we go. Okay. We've had to postpone our finale, our D&D finale. Our D&D finale. What? Our D&D finale tonight. But friend of Nerd HQ, Eric Artel, is 1 second. And then we'll just do that. Boom. There we go. Boom. All right, we'll do that. And then see who comes on in. What the heck? Strange. All right. And all right. All right, guys. So let's see if this works. I don't know if this works or not. Yes, it does work. Awesome. Okay, so welcome to all of our Nerd HQ fam. Happy to have you here along with us. We're part of a Dungeons and Dragons group called Fractured Roll. We've been streaming on Dungeons on Nerd HQ for a while. Okay, so do we have anybody here who wants to do a little trivia? If you do, comment in the comments right now. Comment trivia. If you want to do a little bit of trivia, a wee little bit of trivia for some entries and dice. If we have enough people, if not, then whoever is here is just going to be getting the entry. It's just going to be getting the entries, which is great. Which, by the way, is great. You know, even if we just have one person getting the entries, we're happy to have them getting entries for our dice giveaway. So please comment in the chat if you want to do some trivia, and we'll do the first person who gets the answer right in our trivia. The first person who gets the answer right in our trivia is going to get a free entry in our dice giveaway for next week. We're giving away these awesome dice from Kraken Dice. All right, Nick and Adam. It's gonna be down between you guys since since kind of the people aren't even here. Okay. All right. Let's do this. This is we'll make it an easy Dungeons and Dragons trivia for right now. An easy Dungeons and Dragons trivia for right now. If someone were to want to say, while you're walking along, if you're walking along with your dungeon and you're walking along in your Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and your dungeon master says, hey, you're walking along and it's at night, and if you say to your dungeon master, I would like to look around to see if I see anything suspicious, your dungeon master would call for a blank check. In other words, you have to roll a dice to see if this skill, if you succeeded in this skill, what would it be if you wanted to look around to see if you could notice anything that might be amiss around your environment or outside. He would call for a blank check. Obviously not a strength check. You wouldn't be rolling for strength. What would you be rolling for? What would you be rolling for? I'll give you a second we'll play, this might not even be in tune, you guys. I've got my guitar here, but it might not even be tuned. This is our trivia music for tonight. This is our trivia music for tonight. Can you get this answer right? All right. You have 1 more minute to get your answer in. Nobody else is answering. Nick Bloss. You got it right, Nick Bloss. It is perception. The perception check. It would be a perception, as we like to call it. Perception check. Correct, Nick Bloss. you have an entry in our dice giveaway for next week. I'm going to put 9. Let's see, what is today's date? Today's the 9th, right? So 9/18 entries. Okay, Nick Bloss has 1 entry. Good job, Nick. Good job, Nick Bloss. Yes, it is a perception check. A check de perception. So not an ability check, but a perception check. Your perception. Perception is an ability. Is an ability, as one would say. All right, welcome, guys. If you are a Nerd HQer, please say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Awesome to have some of you guys in here. Our chat seems to a Samsonite check. Sometimes the chat moves a little slower than I would wish it would in our stream, but hopefully people are able to find this. We've shared this. We've shared it out. Hope you're able to find it and see it. All right, so perception check. Yes, perception check. And then you obviously have a score for your perception. It's might be +2, +3, +1. Maybe you are an absolute dolt who cannot perceive anything at all, and maybe it's a -1. I don't know if I've ever heard of somebody having a negative perception ability. I have heard people who have had a negative, what is it called? A negative strength. Like if somebody's just really weak and they do a strength a strength check. So I have heard of people who have had negative strengths, and then also an intelligence. I've heard of some people having negative intelligence abilities scores. Perception, I don't know. Maybe it would be somebody who, like, maybe it's a who would have a negative perception ability? I don't know. All right, guys. Well, we've got some people who are in here watching. Please tell me where you're watching from. I would love to know. We know that Nick is in Santa Cruz. Do we have people who are watching who do not have a YouTube account, so you cannot, if you cannot comment? That could be a possibility. There could be people who are watching from Nerd HQ, not from the YouTube channel, but possibly from the Twitter account, who if you don't have a YouTube account and you're not signed in, then you cannot comment in our live chat. But we'd love to have you commenting in our live chat, you guys, because if you don't have enough people commenting in our live chat, then we can't do the fun trivia for our giveaways of our dice giveaways. We should have gone live on we should have also fired up Twitch to see. Maybe we'll fire that up in a minute and go see if we've got people who are there. Oh, Adam, you're in Austin. Fantastic. You know what, Austin? I talk to some people in Austin almost every day, Adam. To be honest, if I'm going to be honest with you, Adam, I talk to people in Austin almost every day, which is awesome. I like Austin a lot. I've been there. Austin's a fun time. I shouldn't have said we couldn't do trivia very much, because now everybody took off. Okay, so Nick Bloss, you have got an entry in one of our giveaways for this evening. Welcome, everybody. Please let us know where you're watching from. We know that we've got somebody from Austin, Texas. Also, someone from Santa Cruz, California. If you don't know where the chat is, just find the chat button, and you can stick your cursor in there, and you can chat away. You do. I would hope that you would talk to people in Austin often, Adam. I would hope so. I would absolutely hope so. I would hope so. All right, Wild and Free Travel Diaries in Fallbrook, California. Wild and Free Travel Diaries. I have been to Fallbrook, California. beautiful country. Beautiful country. I've been invited to go golf in Fallbrook. I don't know if you're a golfer, wild and free, but I've been invited to go golf in Fallbrook. All right, let's do another trivia question while we got some people here. This is a Dungeons and Dragons trivia question tonight. And because we stream Dungeons and Dragons on Nerd HQ, we're almost done with our little residency. And we have, yeah, for reals. We're almost done with our little residency here. We've been raising money for Nerd HQ. I'm going to put the link in where if you are feeling charitable and you would like to donate to Nerd HQ, it is a charitable donation, and it is going to Nerd HQ's efforts for raising mental health awareness and education. I'm going to put it in right there. You can also make us do stuff. Yes, can you make me sing a song tonight? Yes. Yes, you can make me sing a song tonight. So that is true. But we also give away dice with our dice partner. And our dice giveaway this is going to be our set of dice that we will be giving away next week with Kraken Dice. They are very generous, and we're happy to have partnered up with them for some dice giveaway. All right, let's do another trivia question, shall we? So we're going to do another trivia question. This is going to be about which heritage, which type of creatures am I talking about? Well, it's a race. Which race of creatures are we talking about? Put this into the chat. The first person who gets this right, I will read you some characteristics of this race. So it's not human. I'm going to just tell you right now, it's not human. But then there are a variety of other races. Unearthly grace and fine features. Slightly shorter than humans. More slender than humans. Their skin is in shades of copper and bronze, sometimes bluish white. They tend to favor elegant clothing and bright colors, and they enjoy lovely jewelry that is simple yet lovely. They can live over 700 years. They often are focused, and they can be relentless in learning a new skill or art. And they're flexible in the face of danger. All right, we've got some answers here. This is for a free entry in our giveaway. Now we weren't, hey, not Loon. You know your stuff. You know your stuff. It didn't matter if it was a sun or I. What we are talking about are the elves. Yes, the elves. Sun, Loon. Oh my goodness, I forgot to do our, not Sun, Loon. Not Loon. Not Loon. I forgot to do our trivia music. This is our trivia music. Yes, they are elves. They are elves. When you're sitting there on the bookcase, watch out for the shelves, because you might fall into a trap that was set by those graceful elves. That's our little elf song. That's our elf song. Yes, the elves. The elves. Good job, Not Loon. You know your stuff. You know your Dungeons and Dragons stuff. That is a free entry in our giveaway for next week, our dice giveaway with our sponsor, Kraken Dice. Now, I'd love to know, how did you guys come across our streams? Were you a follower of Nerd HQ? Were you a follower of somebody who plays Dungeons and Dragons with us? Did you find us on Facebook first or Twitch first, and then come over to when we're doing this little residency with Nerd HQ? I'd love to know, how did you come across our stream on Nerd HQ? Put it into the chat. Not Loon, it's your favorite race. Do you play that race often? Are you in a Dungeons and Dragons game? And do you play that race? Do you play that race? Do you play that race? Not Loon. Do you play that race? Are you in a Dungeons & Dragons campaign? Also, let us know in the chat if you're in a Dungeons & Dragons campaign. All these really fun questions would be really fun to ask people if we only had more people commenting. We'd love to have more people commenting. I was a follower of NerdHQ since the day the channel was created. Nice, Mick Bloss. And you are obviously also a Dungeons & Dragons fan. Awesome. Nick Bloss, Nick Bloss. Nick Bloss. Nick, did you go to Nerd HQ ever? I feel like I wish Nerd HQ had done more Dungeons & Dragons stuff earlier on. I used to be the pre-panel host. Marlon brought your attention. Awesome, Adam Mercer. Marlon, my good buddy. Marlon. You are in 3 campaigns right now. You've been playing since the 1980s. Nice, Nicholas. You're in 3 campaigns. That takes up a lot of your time. You followed Nerd HQ for a long time, playing a wood elf at the moment. Nice. Nick Bloss, what are your characters in the 3 campaigns that you are playing in right now? Nick, tell me. Come on, Nick, tell me. Oh, what are your characters? You're playing in another NDMA. Both of you are doing 3 campaigns? Come on now. I know, Wild and Free. Nerd HQ was the best. Were you ever at a panel that I emceed for? Because it'd be awesome. That would be awesome if you were. Nerd HQ was the best. It was. Well, you guys, if you want to do some more Dungeons & Dragons with some of us and some others, and you want to support our stream while we're going on. Now, we love when people are supporting our stream, when people are supporting Nerd HQ while we've been doing a residency here, but we will not be here forever. So would love for you to come and follow us on Twitch. A human druid, a Furbolg Tempest cleric, and a dwarven war. Oh, clerics. Clerics are. So we have in our game we have a death cleric, and we have a what is Otto? Otto is a healing cleric. No. A healer cleric. No. What is it called? Oh my goodness. But yeah, clerics are crazy. Clerics are crazy. Not Loon. What are your characters? You're a wood elf in one of your campaigns. What are you in your other campaigns? In your other campaign, and I hope you enjoyed DMing as well. Well, listen, if you don't think so, the last panel I was at was women. Oh, the last year of Nerd. Well, then guess what? Wild and Free. I emceed the beginning of that panel. I was the intro person to all the panels. Every panel that year. A life cleric. There you go. Thank you, Nick. A life cleric. That's right. Every panel. So we met. Wild and Free. We met. Because I was the pre-panel MC for all of those. Okay, so you guys, for those of you who are here with us, yes, we're going to be playing some D&D. We're going to be finishing up our little side journey on Nerd HQ next week here. But then we're going over to Twitch. So will you please join us at Twitch? I'm going to put it here. And please just come and follow it. If you'd like to subscribe, you can subscribe to our channel. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things for our subscribers there, obviously, as well. But go ahead and click on that link that I just put into the chat, twitch.tv/fracturedroll. Come please follow. Turn on your notifications so you know when we are going to be going live there and continuing our journey and giving away a lot more crack and dice stuff to our people there. Not Loon is a Wood Elf Ranger fighter. Multi and Svervneblin. So a Svervneblin Armorer Artificer. My goodness. Not Loon. I mean, you're DMing Icewind Dale the weekend it comes out. Awesome. Totally awesome. Totally awesome. So please come follow us over there at Twitch. And then once again, if you would like, we are putting together our Patreon. We haven't even announced it to our Twitch audience or to some of our socials yet, but we did a pre-release not too long ago, patreon.com/fracturedroll. So we're going to be doing hosting a one-shot that you can do every other month if you are one of our top, if you're our top tier. There's only a limited number, guys. There are only 4 available. Three left. There are only 3 left. So, oh, what is going on here? Oh, how does this not work? Ah! Okay. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I get, oops. What is going on here? What is going on? What is going on? What? There we go. Okay. Yes, one of our, if you want to become a follower, we like to call them followers. So if you're following Fractured Roll, we call it Froll for short. A little family, be part of our family, become a follower, be a part of our family. I like family so much, though, Adam Mercer. You kind of coined that. You can become a majestic follower if you'd like, and we will be playing D&D with those. We're going to have some exclusive merch, and you get a personalized song. We're going to be doing a private live stream. So just fun times. Or you could just be a follower or an inspiring follower if you have rolled some inspiration. Okay. Let's do another round of trivia, you guys. For you D&D fans who are here, I want to test a little bit of your knowledge. It's not crazy D&D testing of knowledge. We're not going to be live for very much longer, but if you'd like to get your entries in, of course, every $10 that you donate to Nerd HQ, you also are getting entries. And if you'd like to get entries right now, if you want to donate right now, if you're feeling generous and you want to be charitable and donate to Nerd HQ, nonprofit organization for mental health awareness and education, then feel free to do that at the link. You see it scrolling down there below. But you can also be a patron of if you want to be a patron of Fractured Roll, we're going to be doing some fun special stuff for our patrons. We had a soft launch, but we're going to be doing like a game. What's up, Drew Bracewell? Drew Bracewell is one of our awesome members of our family. Please become a follower at Patreon. Patreon.com/fracturedroll. Why are we talking about that? Because we are not going to be here for too much longer at Nerd HQ. And so we'd love for you to come and be one of our patrons and support us in what we're doing. The more that people support us, the more D&D that we can bring to you. We're going to be bringing more stuff to our Twitch channel. Once our Twitch starts going, we're going to be bringing more stuff to our Twitch channel. So again, our Twitch channel is twitch.tv/fracturedroll. It's free to follow, or as we like to say, free to follow. So it's totally free to follow. Okay. Now, let's say you are in a campaign. Let's say you are in a campaign and you have captured a baddie, but he's an underling. And you really, really, really want to find out where his Oh, Adam, thank you for sharing and getting Drew. Drew, why are you not following our socials? So let's say you've captured a baddie in the town, but he's a junior baddie. So you have him in a cellar, tied up, and you want to get some information out of him. And you say to him, tell us where your boss is. And you pull out a dagger. You say, tell us where your boss is, or maybe you won't be able to see anything after I'm done with you. What would your dungeon master have you roll? What kind of check? Now, there are two possible answers, but I'm going to choose the one that I think would be more appropriate in this situation. Where if you are basically questioning this baddie. Oh, awesome, Drew. What would you do? Some people may say persuasion. I'm not going to take it though. Tell me where your head honcho baddie is, or you will not be seeing out of two eyeballs when I am through with you. Tell me where your baddie is. Why did you just do a whiz? That chair is not leather. It's not even a pleather. That's a terrible song. As you know, in our live streams, we also like to incorporate song into our live streams while we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. The answer, of course, is intimidation check. Yes, Drew Bracewell got it first, though, in the chat. Drew Bracewell getting a free entry. Drew, congratulations, man. Drew Bracewell, you just got a free entry in our giveaway for next week. We are doing a giveaway of these Kraken dice. Look at these beauties. They are really cool. The lighting does not do it justice. But they are very, very cool. Yes, intimidation check. It would be an intimidation check, not Loon. Nick Bloss, correct. It would be an intimidation check. So yes, you're correct. Drew, congratulations, man. Drew, congrats. As they like to say, congratulations. Congratulations. That is awesome. Can you be intimidating when I am confiscating all of your weapons? Can you try to tell them? So yes, we also make up songs on the spot during our Dungeons & Dragons game. It's pretty crazy. Drew, are you playing any Dungeons & Dragons? Anyone else? Is anyone else here who has arrived? Are you playing in a current campaign in Dungeons & Dragons, or have you played in the past? What kind of character? I was kind of hoping you would throw us a curveball and do a strength check, intimidation, because to see whether or not. Well, how about a sleight of hand check? Or maybe an agility check when you're holding the knife to make sure that it doesn't fall out of your hands and slice their face. Or an agility check for being able to actually carve out that eyeball. No, I don't want to throw any curveballs here tonight, you guys. We're not about throwing curveballs. What we just want to do is we want to enjoy a little bit of trivia. I would ask a trivia question of our current campaign, but not everybody here has been watching the whole time. If you want to start to get caught up on it, of course, you can go to YouTube. You can go to look up Fractured Roll on YouTube, go to our YouTube channel and go partake of some of our past sessions. Hours and hours of you're working up your campaign for your new group. Awesome, Drew. guys. Dungeons and Dragons is really fun though. As is learning the guitars. I've tried to learn the guitar. Okay. All right, Nerd HQers. So next week we're in the midst of a battle right now. Next week, man, I really want to ask questions about our campaign, but we don't have we aren't full of all of our fans. Now I know we've got other people here who are watching who haven't commented at all, so I appreciate you being here and watching with us. We do also have, let's see here. Let me just check. Oh, whoops. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that. Oh. All right. All right, awesome. So, once again, you guys make sure you come over and follow us on Twitch for when we start streaming on Twitch. Sort of our triumphant return, if you will, to Twitch. Are you following any other Dungeons and Dragons groups? I would love to know that in the chat, if you are following any other Dungeons and Dragons groups. Is it, and Drew, is it a homebrew or is it one of the published campaigns? Is it a homebrew or one of the published campaigns that you are doing for your new group? Let us know which one that is. Drew Bracewell. They'll be answering a request from a monk order made of mostly monstrous races who are tasked to address a demonic presence growing under a range of northern mountains. Very nice, Drew. Very, very nice. So a monk order has made a request. And that monk order is made of monstrous races. Answering your question. And there's a demonic presence growing under a range of northern mountains. Well, that's exciting. That will be really fun. That'll be very, very, very fun. Can't wait for that. We would like to hear some updates about that, Drew. That'd be fun to hear some updates about that. All right, guys, let's do one more Dungeons and Dragons question. Now, maybe we'll make this one. Okay, how about this? It's not going to be hard, but I'm going to describe to you a cantrip. And you, awesome, that sounds great, Drew. You need to tell me in the chat, first person to say, which is that cantrip? I'll describe to you a cantrip. And then you tell me which is that cantrip. When you invoke this cantrip, at a point that you choose, never more than 30 feet away from you, by the way, at a point that you choose, a spectral floating version of this will appear. For a minute or until you use an action to make it vanish. You can control it. You can manipulate an object with it. You can open a door, a container. You can retrieve an item. It literally can hold physical things. But it can't attack. And there is a weight that it cannot hold more of, and that is 10 pounds. What is this cantrip? Put into the chat for a free entry for next week of these gorgeous Kraken dice. All right, we'll put our That is our quiz. I've made that into our quiz music for right now. What is this cantrip? I'll tell you with my band. This cantrip is the wonderful, wonderful mage hand. Mage hand. Mage hand is the cantrip. Truth, Drew Bracewell. You type minor illusion before you realize what it was. Oh, not Loon. All right, Drew Bracewell, you have 2 entries for our Kraken Dice. Our Kraken Dice. Fantastic. Kraken Dice. Awesome. Now, Adam Mercer, you are also going to have an entry in our Kraken Dice giveaway for next week. Why? Because you are already a patron of the arts, and a patron of Fractured Roll. I forgot to mention that, but if you are a patron through Patreon, then you will be getting an immediate entry next week into our giveaway. And this is our Patreon right here. We have a few different levels of Patreon, a few different Patreon levels of $5 a month, a $15 a month, and then a $100 a month. The $100 a month, of course, we are going to be playing a one-shot Dungeons & Dragons game with all of our magical patrons, as we like to call them. Our majestical. Our majestical patrons. So if you want to go to the link, I just put the link into the chat, you guys. If you want to get entries, Adam Mercer, you are going to have an entry already because you already are a patron. Our majestic followers, and also, or you can become an inspiring follower, or just be a follower and you support the arts if you'd like to be a patron who supports us. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you've had a fun time just hanging out, chatting a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons. We didn't want to go too long tonight. Don't want to take up too much of your time, but wanted to just say hi, and hope you can have an enjoyable evening. Please go to the link. Go check out the Patreon. Make sure you are with us on Twitch. I'm going to put our Twitch link here right now so that you know, because in a couple of weeks we're going to be going back to Twitch with our regular campaign, doing a lot of giveaways, a lot of fun stuff on that front as well. So you can go to either of those links if you'd like, and please come be a follower, be a follower, because it is free to follow, as we like to say. Free to follow. It's free to follow. We might even go live on Twitch right now and do a couple of, see if we get enough people watching on Twitch. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over to Twitch. I think I'm going to go stream on Twitch really quickly and see if we don't get a few people on there, drum up a few people on there so that we can get that going. Just do a few more trivia questions. So we're going to do a few more trivia questions on our Twitch side. So if you want to go to twitch.tv/fractureroll, come on over. Come say hello on our Twitch page. Come be a follower, free to follow on Twitch, and we'll get that going. You guys, thanks for being here. We'll see you over on Twitch. We'll see you next week here on Nerd HQ for, I think, our final week on Nerd HQ for a little while. It's going to be really fun. So, all right, guys, we'll see you then. We'll see you over there. So get over there. We'll start up in a couple of minutes.